Hey guys, this is SoFlo Josh, and today, finally, Subaru has unveiled the 2022 Subaru WRX. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So, first and foremost, this is an all-new generation from the wheels up. Subaru stated that in their media press that they gave out. It rides on the Subaru Global platform, which is the exact same platform they use for the Outback, the Ascent, the Legacy, and now finally the WRX. So with that being said, it's kind of an equivalent to the TNGA platform that Toyota has, they use for the Corolla, the Camry, so on and so forth. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at what this new WRX has. So the new WRX actually has the exact same engine that from the Outback and the Legacy, as well as the Ascent. It's the 2.4 liter turbocharged Boxer engine, produces 271 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. It makes a total of 3 horsepower more than the outgoing generation, which I'll be honest, is a little bit disappointing. I kind of wish they added a little bit more horsepower. I mean, the rumor was going around 281 horsepower, which would have been fantastic for this model, but it seems like Subaru didn't want to do that. Maybe because they want to like take away. They might think that the WRX sales could take away some of the STI sales if they bring it closer to the STI horsepower for the new generation. Now this engine could be mated, of course, to a 6-speed manual, which every single WRX has always had. But now Subaru also has this new Subaru Performance transmission, as they call it, which is essentially the same thing as a CVT. It's a fancier way of saying it's a CVT. It's kind of like how Hyundai calls their CVTs IVTs, Intelligent Variable Transmission. So Subaru is coming out with this new performance, transmission for their WRX. Of course, every single WRX and almost every single Subaru except for the BRZ gets that symmetrical all-wheel drive, which is great. The Cvt transmission now has 30% faster upshifts from second to third, for example. It shifts about 30% faster than the outgoing model, and about 50% better downshifts from third to second, which is great to hear for people whoever buys the automatic versions of the WRX. At least it kind of gives more of a performance feeling compared to the current Cvt transmissions, where they kind of felt lackluster in the way that they felt while driving them. Overall, I think it's a cool little thing what they're doing with the performance transmission. I think you can only get the Subaru Performance transmission, if I'm not mistaken, if I read it correctly. I think it's only in the GT trim. The GT trim they're more performance-oriented one. It has adapted dampers, more stiffness around the vehicle as a whole. And then, of course, they added in Recaro seats, which are fantastic. I think that's a pretty cool thing. I heard that they're very, very comfortable to sit in. A lot of bolstering on the sides. Perfect for corner carving, and those mountain drives that most people take these Subarus on. So, onto the exterior styling. So, the exterior styling, they did a different approach. So, since it's a new, chassis, it's a lot longer compared to the outgoing one. They really didn't specify dimensions, but I mean, it looks in the videos and the pictures, as you can see in right now with the video that's going on, it looks a lot longer. I mean, it's a good thing because more people want more cabin space for the rear seats. A lot of the people who are currently in WRX are starting to have more kids, and they want to make sure that they can still have that compact sedan with the seating for the kids, with the baby seats and stuff like that, which is perfectly fine. But let's go back into the exterior styling. Overall, I mean, it looks nice. It's new, it's refreshing, but the issue that I feel, and I think a lot of people in the Subaru community, as well as other reviewers, feel, is just the black plastic cladding. The last time I've ever seen a Subaru with black plastic cladding for a sedan was when Subaru used to have the Legacy Outback trims together, which was the Legacy, but it was an Outback trim level for it. That was the last time I saw some kind of, you know, cladding to it. But now they brought it back for the WRX, and I think the reason why they kind of did it was to differentiate it from the STI. I think they're trying to do the STI more, even though it's going to be off-road, you know, outside, like, you know, being able to go off-road and everything like that, like a regular WRX and WRX STI could. I think it's to kind of like differentiate it exterior-wise to make the STI more special. You know, it could change. Maybe the STI might even get the same exterior, and it just might be just, you know, add, you know, more horsepower for the engine, the same exact engine, a better interior, more sporty exterior with different, you know, front bumper, rear bumper, and a spoiler. That could be just it for the STI, but with this one, it's just a bunch of black plastic cladding, and I don't think a sedan, especially the compact sedan, needs that. I mean, if you look at the Elantra, if you look at, you know, the Volkswagen Golf, if you look at the competitors, it has, it doesn't have any black plastic cladding. It doesn't need it. It's a sedan. You don't need to put black plastic cladding. I understand it in the Crosstrek, but not in a sedan like this. But that's gonna be it for the, you know, talking about the black plastic cladding. Yeah, so it's kind of like an odd situation. But of course, you know, interior-wise, the main big thing with it that I've seen has been that 11.6-inch touchscreen infotainment that I did test when I did a review on the 2021 Subaru Outback. I gotta say, even though people didn't want to have it like that, they wanted to have just like a smaller screen, kind of like a tablet screen. I think it's a really great infotainment screen. I used it in there. It was very snappy, fast to respond. You know, Subaru still has that sport intuitive display where you can change certain things. You can change the suspension, comfort, sport, or sport plus in there on the WRX, which is great. But overall, I mean, it kind of feels a little bit like a regular Legacy or Outback interior with the gauge clusters. Speaking of the gauge clusters, we all know that the equivalent to the WRX in Japan is the Levorg, and the Levorg basically is just a wagon WRX. That one over there in Japan gets the full digital gauge that I honestly expected to come with the WRX. Maybe it might come for the WRX STI, but for now it's not in the WRX, which kind of confused me because it's essentially the same equivalent as the Levorg. It would have been good to see it as an option for you know, the new WRX, but they didn't do that, which was kind of disappointing. But overall, like I mentioned before, the GT package does get you the suede Recaro seats that look fantastic. I really like the way they look. Recaro seats in general have always been really nice to look at. Of course, I expect those to be an option, not standard. The standard ones are going to be the cloth seats. I did see that they have embroidered on the headrest where it says WRX. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I like the way it looks in for the seats and interior. Back seat, like I mentioned, is very big now, but overall it looks nice. Now let's go ahead and talk about the competition for a while. You heard that I did mention that one of the competition is the Volkswagen Golf or GTI, which the GTI and the Golf are the only Golfs being sold here in the United States. So speaking of that, the 2022 Volkswagen Golf GTI, I mean, it's fantastic. Hot hatch, front wheel drive only. That's the only downside compared to it. That's compared to the WRX. Another competitor to the new WRX is actually a new competitor. is the Hyundai Elantra and you know, the 2.0 liter, you know, 280 horsepower front-wheel drive manual out of the 8-speed DCT transmission, one of those choices. It's a really great, you know, performance-wise car. Styling is subjective. I kind of like it and dislike it. It's kind of the same thing with the WRX right now. And then of course the next generation Civic Si, but this SI hasn't even been revealed yet. It's supposed to be getting revealed either at the end of this month or early next, but with the chip shortage keeps on going on, it seems like that might be pushed back. So we'll have to wait and see. But overall, if you want more practicality, where you have like a hatch and stuff like that, the GTI is perfect for you. You can still get a manual transmission. You can get the 8-speed DCT, DSG, my bad, with that one. It still has a lot of connectivity in it. You do have a digital gauge cluster in that one, which has the one where the infotainment in the middle can turn into a map, which is great if you like all those customizations and you're into tech. But overall, I mean, I think the STI has, not the STI, the WRX has a lot going for it. I think I want to see it more in person. I did see some videos of the back end where the black plastic cladding was protruding a little bit too out from the bumper. I don't know what happened there design-wise. I don't know if there's a regulation for something in that area, but it was protruding a little bit too out for my liking. But like I said, I think they have something here. I just think that they shouldn't have done black plastic cladding or offer a trim that takes off all that black plastic cladding. That would have been a smart idea, because right now it just looks like a cross-track blower. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for coming out to the video today and hearing my discussions about the new WRX. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think of the WRX. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you wish they did something different with the exterior styling? Just let me know, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel again. It'll help me out. It'll help me get to a wider audience. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.